Good afternoon, I'm Shelby Horton with Hunter News. A man is due to face Newcastle local court today charged with credit card fraud in the Lake Macquarie area. The 28-year-old Russian man was arrested at an ATM in Belmont on Friday afternoon. Joanne Elliott from police headquarters says his arrest follows a 4-month investigation.
Now, it's alleged the 28-year-old man used fraudulent cards to withdraw money from ATMs within the Brisbane Water, Tuggerah Lakes, Lake Macquarie and Port Stephens local area commands. These offences allegedly occurred between June and October.
Police have conducted raids at the Gladiators Bikie Clubhouse at Maitland. Several search warrants were underway across the Hunter this morning, including at the gang's Portland Street Clubhouse and on a Bob's Farm property. It's believed the raids are part of an ongoing investigation. As gusty winds hit the Hunter yesterday, 4 local fire services were out of action despite a total fire ban being in place. Recent budget cuts meant Minmi Station was closed during business hours, while tankers at Morisset, Charlestown and Belmont were unstaffed at times throughout the day. Fire Brigade Employees Union President Darren Sullivan says these budget cuts put the community at risk.
Well, every time they close a fire station or a fire truck, there's no way that that fire truck can get to an incident, nearby in that area. It doesn't matter which way the fire service or the government try and explain it, there's less fire resources going to that fire.
Newcastle councillor and Lord mayoral candidate Therese Doyle is calling for a freeze on any developments in the CBD based on the state government's latest planning policy. Councillor Doyle has made a submission to government claiming the policy didn't allow for enough public debate about changes in Newcastle East Development Heights. She says the city deserves an open and transparent planning process involving community debate.
My concerns about Newcastle's planning is that we have failed to engage in any proper discussion with the planning department about specifically the plans for the towers in front of the cathedral and other towers in Newcastle East.
Enthusiastic members of the Hunter community are being called on to join the Regional Development Australia committees. Community members with strong leadership skills and a vision for the area are encouraged to make an expression of interest for the positions of Chair, Deputy Chair and Committee Member. Member for Patterson, Bob Baldwin, says the current board has done a fantastic job of solving local issues.
What we're looking for is people who have the ability to help lead a region, identify its issues and put together action plans that will make a region better. We have some extremely talented people, as indeed we have on the current board, and I'm encouraging everyone on the current board to reapply for their position.
And Lake Macquarie Mayor Jodie Harrison has urged council to write to the Prime Minister about the threat of climate change in the area. The estimated cost to the city is $150 million as a result of the impact of natural disasters on infrastructure, the coastal environment and the health of residents. The majority of councillors backed the Mayor's call to write to Mr Abbott, who has so far played down the idea of making climate change a priority on the G20 agenda. Now with sport, Emily Crowe.
Newcastle Jets coach Phil Stubbins will begin the challenging task of restoring a positive mindset in the squad following their 3-goal defeat. Standout player in the match Scott Neville may be replaced by Jacob Pepper after suffering a slight groin injury. The team travels west this weekend to face Perth Glory, capping off a 4-game away streak. Newcastle golfer Nathan Green has returned home after a 10-year stint in Dallas, competing in the PGA and Web.com tours. While the 39-year-old has quit the US, he heads to Kalgoorlie on Thursday with fellow Novocastrian James Nitties to compete in the Western Australian PGA. They'll be joined by rookie Hunter golfers Cal O'Reilly and Jamie Hook. And Newcastle City and Toronto have provided more than half of the Newcastle Under-17 representative cricket team to compete in the New South Wales Country Championships at Raymond Terrace this Friday to Sunday. That's sport. I'm Emily Crowe.
2NURFM News Time is 12:10.